Good evening, everybody. How you doing? I'm sorry we're a minute or two late. We were too busy bloody gassing as normal.
Yeah, it
Few,
happens.
few of us had new knives, and we like to show each other first before we show you. Builds the excitement. How are you tonight? This is Justin. That is Mikey.
That is Stephen.
And how are you tonight?
I'm good tonight.
Good.
As you can see, I am channeling my inner
You
lumberjack.
really have been in the lumberjack mode,
I
haven't
know,
you?
absolutely. It's the middle of December or the depths of December, and
yeah.
honestly, a bit of lumberjack clad goes a long way. It really does.
What about you, or Mikey? How are you?
I'm very well, very well. It's been a very wet day here, but I'm feeling good.
Yeah, we've had the
Yeah,
same.
excellent.
Okay, folks, this is sort of getting close to the end of year videos, and I'm looking forward to this one. I think we all are looking forward to this one, but we would like to do a little bit of knife news.
Mikey
Mikey got it this time. You will.
First time I've got it, though, isn't it? First time.
It is, Mikey. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm constantly disappointed by my partners, but I mean, what are you going to
Right, it's Mikey's turn to lead the show this week. Mikey, over to you. What are we going to do?
Are we doing knife news first?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and what you want me to talk about the show as well?
Well, knife news would be nice, yeah.
Do we have any knife news? Justin, do you have any knife news?
Well, I'm waiting for Stephen's knife news, so we'll
Oh,
it around.
Stephen, do you have any knife news?
Yes, Mikey, I have knife news, and I have lovely knife news. I got a Shing custom knife at Blade Show, and it was one that it wasn't for sale because there was a wee problem with it, and he was just showing the pattern off, and he fixed it up for me and sent me the knife, and oh my gosh, is it lovely. And it's a beautiful pattern, which a lot of us all like. It's a trapper pattern, and that is I forgot the name of that bloody stuff again. Tufnell.
Tufnell.
This is the Tufnell, aged Tufnell. It's like a micarta, it's something similar along them lines.
Is it the
oh
Sodbuster pattern?
It's a sodbuster, yes.
Thank you, Mikey.
It's a sodbuster with brass liners, Mikey, which you really like. It
Yeah,
is
I
made
do.
to the highest specs, I'll have to say. There's not a gap or a flicker of anything through this knife. The blade is right up the hey diddle diddle. It opens lovely. It's got a half stop. It's got a full stop. It has the most beautiful. Just look at that swedge. How lovely that is cut in. I love the way it's cut in. So sharp. Beautiful knife, I have to say. Really, really pleased with it. Lovely. Just an everyday workman. Full 4-finger grip on it. It is just gorgeous. So I was really happy with this because I think it is a fantastic super knife. And these are going to be roughly, now this is, I'm going to say it's not a basic steel, but it's 52-100, which is a tool steel, you know, so you maybe have to look after a wee bit more of that sort of thing bothers you. But it will get a patina eventually, which I hope it will, because I'm going to use it, but not look after it. So this is absolutely beautiful. So that would have been lovely, wouldn't it, Stephen? You've got the wee knife, you know, I waited, you know, it's a sharp show, and really happy with waiting, and I'm really happy for what he done for me. It was really, really generous of him. But then he sent me another knife, and he said, I'm going to send you another knife. It's not, there's no difference. It's a trapper, but I've been playing
Sodbuster.
what do they call it? Trapper the first
yeah.
time, yeah. Sodbuster, sorry. He keeps shouting. It's this in just basic black micarta, but basic is good enough for me, and a work knife, absolutely. But the difference in this one is he put a shield in. Now, normally he was saying, I think he gets some wire cut in if he's going to do a shield, but he's decided he's going to do them himself. So this is hand done. If I can show this to you, look at that. There's not a blemish. You can't feel it. Rub your hand over that just to make sure I'm telling the truth.
Looks like a transformer.
There's nothing, is there? It's just immaculate. There's no gapping at all. Really nice little shield. So, you know what I'm like? I love shields. I love rating and bolsters. All the thing a lot of people don't like, I tend to like. So, it is, I'm absolutely, there's Will is on there. He got one of the Shings soddy sodbusters at Sharp Show. So, and he sent this one, and what he has done a bit of work, and I'll show you. I'm going to do a review on them. He has done a wee bit more rounding on the tang of the blade, and it actually is a little bit smoother. It really is nice little bit of smoother, but to be honest with you, that one's smooth enough. That's not what but you know, it's nice. Right up the center, both of them. The only difference being is this one has the shield. So the price for the basic ones without a shield is going to be, depending on the materials you're going to use, it's going to be around £180. The price on the one with exactly the same as this with the shield, and probably if you want the rounded, a little bit around it, but I'll show you that one in the review. This is going to be £200. For me, £20 for a shield, absolutely all day long, every day, I would take the shield. I just like shields. So, and I'll probably even get my initials put in it. Although I have got 30 knives with shields and I've still never put my initials in. It seems to be.
It's an aspiration, Stephen.
It's
an aspiration.
Yes,
and we are nothing if not an aspirational
I was
channel.
definitely getting short of breath.
Yeah.
That's an aspiration, isn't it?
Yeah. Close enough. Close enough.
So I've got them coming up for review on you, and honestly, it's just, there's a giveaway. They're just absolutely fantastic. But I think somebody already not that far away from us is going to take the other one. Do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take it in a heartbeat.
All right. Well, at the moment anyway, he is apt to change his mind.
Who?
When do I change my mind about buying a knife?
He doesn't have a mind to change.
Good point.
So yeah, and the other thing I wanted to say is, if you haven't, get over to Rosecraft Blades and have a look on their site, because they have the new knife coming out for December. And honestly, that's not, well, this is is just the one that's out at the moment. That just went up on Heine yesterday. This is the one.
So red. So red.
It's diamond, and it's in wood, and it's in red bone. These are just great work knives. And I don't like a sway back that much, but this is so well, isn't it, round it?
Oh, it's lovely.
It sits in your hand. It doesn't feel uncomfortable whatsoever. It's in a world of its own when you turn it sideways and do a pull
But
cut.
that new swordbuster, the pictures of that new, of the field hand.
The field
hand, farm hand, is it, Mikey?
Farm hand. That looks lovely. Looks amazing.
It's coming out.
And I thought it was micarta or even G10 because it's a checkered black and a checkered brown, but it's checkered wood.
Yeah, and there's it's the first time they haven't had any bolster or end cap on a knife.
Wow.
It's just all wood and it's all checkered from tip to toe. It just looks gorgeous. Amazing. So get over and have a look, and don't be late for that one, because that will just swordbusters normally just fly off the line. So that was my version of that. That's on Heinehan's now. It's been a bit, it only went on yesterday. It's been a delay this time. So there you go. That's my knife news, Mikey.
That was brilliant. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Thank you so much, Michael.
And in my knife news, I will be meeting up with a fellow YouTuber who we don't really talk about much, called Slipjoint Sawyer. At this moment, he's driving his way. He's driving his way through a torrential gale force 10 storm to get to Sheffield. He's trying his best. He's only got a little car. He's got little wipers on. He's probably got the roof down. He's probably getting wet and everything. But he's coming up to Sheffield, and we are going on a knife hunting expedition and a history hunt as well for the whole day tomorrow around Sheffield, and we're going to shops and museums and knife makers and stuff. It's going to be fabulous.
I really envy you the fact that definitely we've got to go there when we go. Do you know the place where they have the big knife that was made with every blade?
Oh yes,
I would love to see. Yeah,
the Sheffield. Oh God, what's that called? Oh,
I can't remember. Do you know the big blade? It's got every single blade on it that was made. Oh,
it's an absolutely gorgeous one.
Is that the place you're going to?
If I can get a picture of like stuff for you, then I will, and I'll try and get a picture of like Slippy in there smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that then.
Yeah.
Slippy and Mikey have got a play date tomorrow.
Yes.
They're going to be having lots and lots of fun. And we can only envy them.
We can only just but envy them, because like
could you both stay by the phone though? Because we could get into like trouble, and we may need like a much more of a grown-up person that we can talk to, especially if the police get involved.
Yeah, I can see Jane getting rough with you tomorrow.
Probably.
And that's our knife news.
We pick abrupt one there.
You see, it's the fade out very quick.
Yes, right.
There you go. Anyway,
There you go.
Like to keep you on your toes.
So tell us about the show then, Mikey. What are we going to do tonight?
Tonight, so it's coming up towards the end of the year, and we had our little brain bashing session on a Tuesday night, and we came up with the idea that we're going to talk about certain knives in certain price brackets that gave us the fizz this year, that really got us juicing up for them. Basically,
and the nice thing is, what we decided was to not necessarily do our very best one in that category, but one maybe we haven't showed, through the year. It doesn't get much love, but you love it just as much. Do you know what's funny? Can I just go on a wee side note? Do you ever get people that say wee comments like, I read them in other people's channels. I can't stand that. You say you love every knife that you're showing us. And I'm going, well, if you bought the knife and you don't love it, there's something wrong with you. Why would I buy a knife I don't like? Or why would I review a knife that I just don't like? I don't. Never have done. So when I take review samples, if there's nothing wrong with a knife and it's a very good knife, I'll say that. If it's not one that I would want, I'll say that's not one that I would like. But as knife collectors and knife buyers, if you're buying something you don't like, there really is got to be something wrong with your buying thinking. So when we say it, it's very hard to think of different words for every single knife you review. I love this. I love this. This is one of my favorite knives, because they all flipping are.
Yeah, it's easy to love your knives. Like, I've got knives that I don't love as much as other knives, but then what happens is you take them out and you hold them and you stroke them and you call them George.
Oh,
and then
my furrowed brow.
All of a sudden you suddenly realize why you bought the dang thing in the first place.
Yeah, that can happen.
And then it goes back in the drawer with the other knives that you like.
But I prefer to think of that as a dating agency knife.
Okay.
So if I don't love it all the way and it's just sitting there teetering on the brink, well, then I put it in a dating agency. It's called a sales page, and I trade it for another beautiful knife that I like and love.
Sounds like a plan.
There you go.
I think he's pushing the analogy a wee bit too far.
Yeah, just a wee bit there. We've gone on to a dating agency for steel.
But what a great channel that would be, a selling page. Love your knife, love my knife. Trade knives, knife swapping.
Love everybody's knives all at once.
Oh, Dora.
Right.
Now, honest to God, brainstorming with these two is almost like wading through treacle. It is painful and torturous in the extreme. It really
But we get there in the end, just like British Rail.
We do, but it
takes us an hour.
It's like a British rail journey. Endless.
It takes an hour and a half on a Tuesday night for us to come up with one.
It takes Justin an hour. It takes us more like 5 hours. Justin's in and out sorted, and we're still there till the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, it's the SAS of shopping training that I've had. You see.
And in the channel, if you would like to, it's my wee Sally's 70th birthday tomorrow. So I'd like to wish her a wee happy birthday tomorrow or whatever when I put a video up.
Well, Stephen, if you'd like to put up her phone number, we can all call her and text her tomorrow.
You're the only one that hasn't got it, Mikey.
Oh, that's what you think.
Look at his wee face. Look at his wee face. Oh.
Good evening from Sheffield.
He's made it. He's made it. Look at it.
Yes.
Slippy on tour.
So you take control tonight, Mikey. Who do you want to see first?
So are we doing it by value, sort of like are we going to do like a higher end, a mid-price?
You call it.
You call it, babes.
Well, let's start at the beginning then. Let's start low and raise the bar slowly.
Okay.
Oh.
Very slowly.
Excellent.
Who's going first?
Who would like to go first?
I will go first.
Oh, Jud's steaming in again, straight in there.
Well, you see, I don't think my bar is all that low.
Ah,
I was looking at my knives of late, and to be honest, I don't buy really budget knives anymore because
Neither do I.
I have to really like them. So, but knives that are still budget, Rosecraft, and we've got to talk about Rosecraft at some point tonight because they have been playing a blinder this year. They really have.
I had to think of a theme so that I couldn't use a Rosecraft.
I know.
Because they would be in they would cover two categories for me.
Well, I mean, I have to say that I bought about 3 or 4 this year from Rosecraft, and every single one of them has been a belter. But this one particularly,
you brought dirty knives again, haven't you? Dirty knife.
Dirty knife. The Tallahassee Lake.
Tallahassee Lake, yes, of course. Do you not know Teardrop?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I knew
that is a beauty.
It is. I just think it's, as a small pocket knife, I just think that is absolutely perfect.
And there's a 91mm. Close that up to you to see. Close it up to you to see the difference. This is a get that a wee bit. This is I just wanted for a size comparison. There's a 91mm. It's the same size as a 91mm. So you get 4 fingers on it. It looks small, but it's not as small as it looks.
And it feels small in the pocket, but it's just. But the blade is just so capable.
Yeah.
That spear, a slim fat spear, if that's not a contradiction.
No, a slim fat spear.
It is just the most gorgeous thing.
A slim fat spear.
Yeah. Work with it.
Is that like me being a slim fat bloke?
Yeah, exactly.
If you like.
I think I'm slim. No one else does.
What do they know, Mikey?
I'd have to back you up with that, Mikey. I'm on that fence myself.
But anyway, that's my first one. I mean, price-wise, what were these going for? About 60?
About 60, somewhere around that, 64, 60.
The bone on it is just to die for. The fit and finish is gorgeous.
I don't want to see it.
I'm looking at it. And it's just a lovely wee knife.
Yeah, the bone, they haven't over soaked the bone, so there's lovely movement in it, there's depth in it.
There really is. And there's a bit of variety in the different knives because each one is slightly different. And I've seen some darker ones as well with some darker flecks. So I would recommend that one every step of the way. And it's one that I pick up regularly because I mean I work in an office, for crying out loud, as an inoffensive yet.
Absolutely.
I think it's a talking point because it's such a pretty knife. Yeah. It is really a pretty knife. People will pick it up.
I think it's one of the nicest colours that's been released this year on any knife.
Absolutely, I'll agree with that. Nicest bone this year.
Yeah, definitely.
It's lovely.
And
nicest bone.
They haven't been tardy, but that's my first one anyway. Rosecraft, Tallahassee Lake. Tallahassee Lake or whatever.
Great choice. No arguments with that from me. It's one of my favourites. It's one of the ones I carry quite often. So yeah, absolutely cracker. Do you want me to go, Mikey?
Why not? In your very fine yellow T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm going to go with an Arthurite with no real surprise. But it's another little point as well. We all realize that these are, well, to me, they're budget. I know everybody has a different price range, but this would be 75 and under is where my budget's at the minute. But this has got to be probably one of the best budget knives you can ever buy. And I mean that absolutely sincerely. And this is what it is. It's an Arthurite tackler. Now, I've never had the tackler this year. And I bought this one. Michael actually made this one for me, the father. There's another beautiful one up there. This is in the Iki wood, which is another hardwood that's going to be replacing rosewood because it's easier to get. It's cheaper to get. Rosewood has gone up in price, plus the fact I think it's becoming endangered. So there's, the price is just ridiculous. But I love this Iki wood because it is rough and ready looking, even though it's beautifully hafted and smooth. But you've got that many different colors, light wood, dark wood.
Really do.
Really
real texture to it.
And it adds to what this is a working knife. Mm-hmm. This is a working knife.
Because it looks a bit rough.
Yes, but like myself. And Mikey, what did you pay for yours?
This one's in ebony.
Right.
And I think this was 40 44, 42.
Right.
something like that.
44.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know mine was around the 40, but I couldn't remember what
In
it was.
ebony as well. Look at that ebony.
Yeah.
Look.
That's unusually
Yeah,
pale.
lovely
ebony,
brown
actually.
in it.
There's really nice brown.
But I mean, get on to the famous Sheffield shop.
That's where this one came from.
Yeah, go on there and get one from it. I mean, they are a beautiful pattern. Michael loves this pattern and is bringing it back. So I just think it is a gorgeous knife. And
Well, isn't this a pattern that a certain channel is going to be using next year?
well, yes, that could be right. That could be right.
I've heard a whisper that this is
It
a possible.
It is a whisker, Mikey, but there's a little bit more news that I haven't said. But we'll get back to your whisper. But it is, yes, it looks like it could be. I forgot to say this other wee bit.
I wondered.
Yes. So, but as a pattern, I think it's somewhere between a Wharncliffe and a sheep's foot, and it's in between.
Yeah.
It's neither and it's but it really is a lovely pattern. There's a slight sway back on it. If you look at the difference between this and the Rosecraft, can you see there's a bigger sway back on the Rosecraft. It goes up more at the back here, but this like that, which isn't severe. I mean, there's much more severe sway backs, but it's just a lovely, lovely blade. Mikey's got the sheep's foot, and there you are. I'll put it, Mikey. Put your sheep's foot up.
That's my sheep's foot.
Yeah, bring it back. Oh, bring it back to the sheep's foot.
And that's my tackler.
Oh yes, you've got them both. Oh, that's brilliant. No, bring it back in. That's it.
Let me blow it up there, Mikey. Hold on.
You can't blow me up. I've only just got it.
Right.
So that's not a standard sheep's foot.
Over to the other way. You're missing the blade. We're missing the end of the blade.
That's it. That's it.
And that's the tackle.
So there's definitely that
You can
lovely
see,
curve.
yeah, you can see it. It's more curved, but yet it's
Much
not
more of a Wharncliffe style, isn't it, on the tackler?
Yeah. Well, but the one thing I do like about it is the actual blade, although it's on the bottom of the knife, the point is at the bottom, and you don't have any belly or anything, but oh my goodness, it's great for poking into parcels or packages. I mean, it's exactly the same Wharncliffe sheet.
And for prying things open, like
yeah,
giving it a bit of whirling.
I know, but the thing is, it's a fairly sturdy knife.
It really is. I mean, just and this, to be honest, this will do me every day and every day for a working man's knife. This is just perfect. And at 40 something pounds, this to me, even if your budget's £10, save up for 4 weeks or 4 months, whatever it is, and get one of these because you'll not regret it. Not regret it whatsoever. So there you go. That's my budget one.
Mikey.
Sorry, I was just reading up the like the comments. I think Blade in Wales might have got the ump when I was doing the old levering part with the knife. When the tips snap off. When your old tips snap. Well, I've also picked an Arthur Wright. This was a pattern that I didn't have, and the week that I got this, I ended up with two because I think Stephen sent me a Senator, didn't you? A Rosecraft.
I did, yeah.
Absolutely lovely knife, but I'm going with the Arthur Wright one in stag.
Beautiful.
This is an absolute fabulous knife, and it's just a standard model. It's just a plain back spring, nothing special about it other than the stag. But this is cheaper than the Rosecraft version in stag.
What's your phone there, Mitty? I just happen to have one here, Mikey. I'll get it out and show you.
In the best tradition.
And that is just like the standard stag as well. That's not that's not like the high end stuff. That's just the standard stag.
It is a cracker
that they use.
There's my version of it. Now this has a really nice bit of stag too, but I mean there's different. That's more a regulated sort of pattern of stag you're going to get with Arthur Wright, but this is lovely as well. But they are a beautiful knife. There's no doubt about it. A lovely knife, and I love that one. I have to say.
And the fact that these are £70.
hard to beat in it. Where these are
Hard
about,
to beat.
Yeah.
about
Hard to
90
beat as a standard model. Just a nice,
Yeah.
not going to break the bank pocket knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still a bit of quality steel as well. And I love the style of it is lovely, but with the double the double bolster, the end cap and the bolster.
I love the double bolsters now. This is the first Senator that I've had, and I really like them. I've really got into the pattern, and now I've got a Rosecraft one as well. So,
Yeah.
Are they pinched in the bolsters as well? I think they
Yes.
are, aren't they?
yes,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Flat end cap, but pinch bolt. Oh no, that's not one. That one is it. Oh, that's right. That's the Arthur, right? Yes, sorry. The Rosecraft is not pinched. But yeah, I've got the Rosecraft. I've got the Ashley one, and I've got the Arthurite one. So and they're all in stag, and it's a great comparison to be able to show.
Yeah.
lovely to have, isn't it? Really nice.
Yeah. And a lot of my collection's changing that way now because I want to buy more British knives, which I've been really successful at this year. I'm happy to say, really successful. And that's a thing we should do maybe on the next show. What's the next show? Yeah, we got another show to do, haven't we? Is actually do a one on our 5 best UK pickups, UK maker pickups. That would be a nice one for next week. If anybody's interested in that, please let us know. And
It'll be actually.
let me say this as well. Before I go, Mikey or Justin, will you please let me know? I've got a design, 2 designs that I've already drawn up. Well, I drew one, and Michael and Ashley got the other one. I think it was Ashley drew it. But these are for the tang stamps of our club knife. So the boys haven't even seen them yet. So they're going to see them now because it only happened this afternoon. So they're going to see that tonight. I've got them on my phone. Can you put them on the?
No, I can't.
Oh, right.
No, I can't.
Oh, we can
show it up.
Yeah. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I would really love the opinion of those in the audience. So we'll go for.
Hang on a second. You're asking for the opinion of this shower in the chat.
Yeah.
Beautiful people.
Yeah, we are asking the peasants or the pheasants.
People. We're talking about Slippy and Gadget and
they're lovely people.
And Tony. I mean,
Randy.
Not there.
So this is the first tang stamp, and I'm not going to tell you who devised them. Just so that now this will not be at a slant. It'll be going straight across the tang stamp. So what do you think of that one? Can you put it back?
Did it say poop? It looks like poop.
Oh, it's back the front. Can we change that round?
No, it's fine. It looks fine to me.
It's PPP.
Let's see what it looks
and the P is in a
get it right.
One of them green thing. It's a green thing.
Shamrock.
Shamrock, that's the chap.
Seamus Shamrock.
Oh, I struggle every day. The struggle is real, folks. It's a shamrock shape around the center P. So it's Paddy and Pals podcast.
Yeah,
there's one, and the second one is this shape. Can you see that?
Can't see.
It has the shamrock.
The P's in the shamrock.
In the shamrock itself, on the shamrock leaves.
No, you see, I quite like that.
So, which do you prefer? Just please put it down below because it will be one of these. So, you know,
in the best tradition of democratic exercises, we do and will exercise our God-given right to ignore anybody else's opinion but our own. So,
yeah,
just putting that caveat out there.
So there you go.
Just like the Labour government, then.
Yeah, pretty much, Mikey. Pretty much.
Mikey, which one do you like, Mikey?
That's the first time I've seen him. I like them both. I'm thinking the 3 P's in the shamrock, just for the uniformity of it all. That's what I'm thinking.
And it's economical. It's nice and neat.
I thought it would be lovely to get T-shirts or badges. We can get them made up.
You're going full merchandising, man.
Well,
you're going to full merch like Slippy and TK.
Well, there's actually a shop over in Blue here that I can go over to, and they'll do a T-shirt. They'll do the badge, the sewn badge, and they put it on the T-shirts. They sell the T-shirts as well there.
Could we get thongs made as well?
Good quality. The good quality
Mikey,
T-shirts.
Mikey.
Yeah.
Please, there are certain images I do not need in my head. That image is one of them.
I can show you my phone if you want.
Put it away, young man.
Go the full Monty. So that's interesting. Yeah. None of them two chose mine. Feel very depressed now.
Who was that? Michael's one that we chose.
Yeah, that was a bit of a giveaway when you didn't choose mine. There was only fucking 2 people done it.
I'm making conversation.
Contest, you would have paid us money.
Right.
I'm making the conversation for this debate that we're having about the stamp that we're not using.
So the peas inside the shamrock. Yeah, cheers, Nigel. Lovely.
See, Nigel's a good man. He is a good man.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's better as well. It's simple. It'll translate into mugs. A wee cup of tea mug.
What's the can at the moment, Justin? Because it's looking slightly to one side, isn't it?
Well, let's say that it's the second one. It's definitely version 2.
Yeah, but how many voted for like Stephen's pattern? I mean, there must have been a few votes for like Stephen's.
No, nobody did. But I like to look at it this way. Okay, what Stephen did was he put the idea out there and provided the inspiration for Ashley to then improve upon it. So
the problem is
it's so nice,
and he is the creative. I mean,
Stephen could go like the president of maybe South Korea and just enforce his own martial law.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first or the last time, Mikey.
Exactly.
The other thing that I was thinking of getting, maybe open one of these shop things up, spring stores or something like that, where you can get mugs. See, I got this one from one of my subs. It's a wee cup of tea, and having our logo on the other side would be lovely, wouldn't it? Little metal cup for tamping.
Stephen, this show is full of mugs. I don't think we need any more.
So I'm actually thinking of doing the t-shirts, but I just don't want to do spring stores t-shirts because they don't seem to be really brilliant, a lot of them. What I'm doing is going to this store where I'm going to have to pay. They're a genuine proper maker. It's not a Chinese back shop. They do it all in house. Mm-hmm. They do the badges, they do the sewing, they provide the high quality t-shirts. So I'll get one for us 3. Well, excellent. Yeah, I'm using that word "get one" for us 3 very, very loosely.
Just one for all 3 of us.
Are we going to wear it at the same time?
We'll all
make sure you don't get it my size, because otherwise it will be a struggle.
No, please get it Justin's size, because I don't want to breathe anymore.
See, this is what happens when we give these geezers the opportunity to have their say. Then they start making suggestions about how to make the second one even better. We didn't ask for your ideas. We asked for an opinion.
Do you know something? Do you know what I thought for the second one even better? A wee deep inset shamrock either side of it. And that would make 3 shamrocks and 3 peas. But you know what I mean. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. That's usually the best way.
And then you've got all of these people.
What was Gus's one? What did Gus say?
He says, how about 3 peas in the shape of a shamrock? That's just too clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's only like a tooling stamp, isn't it? It's not going to be really intricate, really.
Yeah. They're not going to be that in. It's going to be quite.
Why don't we just get 666 on it?
Well, you can always pretend, Mikey.
Yeah, well, it could actually be read as.
You know, I'm really sorry I started this conversation.
So are we, Stephen.
Yes.
So are we. Anyway, seeing as we've been sidetracked into shamrocks, stamps, and T-shirts and teacups, what about getting back to the knife?
Show us your mid-price knife.
Well, this is where it gets complicated.
Right. And by the way, our mid-price knives can be all different price because we all have a different.
It's our price, yeah. It's our individual.
It's our mid-price.
Yeah, well, here's where it got complicated because I couldn't choose because this year it wasn't just one knife.
Right. Which you can only choose no matter how long this waffle goes on.
Yeah, because this year I was schlossed.
Uh-huh.
And this year was my Boker year.
So that's the one you're choosing for this?
Well, it's not one, Stephen. That's the
Which
No,
problem.
no,
one?
no. You can only have
You-
one.
He said
was four.
Boker year. There was many Bokers, many
Four.
Bokers.
And these four all come from the same one door, Stephen. They come from the one
No.
piece of wood.
It's a toilet seat. Sorry about that.
That's what they told you.
So if I had to pick one of my four Castle Schloss selection,
Castleberg.
Schlossberg, it would definitely be the Booker Club knife.
Again,
Which-
another beautiful knife.
Probably the best one. Yeah, probably the best one.
Just outstanding. But I have to say that all of them in that series have just been outstanding, and just to have them together, it's just the epitome of a little micro collection. It's just perfect, really. But that's the cream. That's the best of the bunch.
Yeah, I'd agree with it. It's a fantastic knife.
01 tool steel, acid washed, cigar pattern, which is just a classic.
Yeah.
And that wood and handle, really very slim still as well. All of them are very slim. The Bookers are just a beautiful design.
But they've got a good depth to them
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
hand, so they don't feel as thin.
no,
Yeah,
they're not.
it's not going to twist in your hand.
No, not at all. So yeah, the
Yeah.
Castleberg series and the Booker Club knife was an absolute,
I have to say, lovely.
class one for me. Not a new knife in any way, shape, or form, but was new to me
Yeah,
this year,
I
and I think it's one that I carry on a regular basis, and it's one that I will keep for a long time.
I do like that now. I do like that.
But the other ones are great too.
just get them all in quick. Why is not looking? Stephen.
And what sort of price range was if that's your medium?
I think the Castleberg ones are all going for about 120 quid.
That's a nice medium price. Yeah.
And I mean, I got them for a lot less than that, or in trades with Congi, or in extortion from Mikey, and any number of other sources.
That was the that was the knife that I did purchase back in the UK whilst cruising around the Caribbean.
Oh really?
Yeah. On the ship's Wi-Fi.
Oh, I'd be damned. Honestly, you need to get out more, Mikey. You definitely do.
I was missing knives. It wasn't my fault.
My medium range is it's in that sort of medium bracket, and this one's £180. That's what this one cost me, and this is a custom knife, which for a custom knife, £180, much like Ashley's, I think it is a fantastic price. And it's this one from Alan Brock.
That's a cracker.
And this one just blew me away for the price bracket. I think it is beautiful. Hand rub satin blade, which I just love the feel of when you rub your finger on them. Beautiful, beautiful jigging on that bone, which has been dyed beautifully. I have to say, really lovely dye on the bone. Lovely. I love the blade. It's not, I normally like blades with a swedge and everything down it. This is quite plain, like a Boker. They keep those pretty good.
What did you call that knife? An Alan Brock.
Alan Brock, yeah.
Andy.
That's Andy. That's the chap, yeah. But it began with an A. You get points for that. If it was a game show, I'd get half the points. So this one I love. It's got a long pull, as you can see there. It's got a nice long pull. Picture's not great tonight. There you go. You can see a long pull. But I mean, the walk and talk on this is just phenomenal. Just gorgeous.
It does.
A lovely big stainless steel, brushed stainless steel bolster just adds to it. I just think it is a gorgeous knife. And that's my mid-range one. I got this at Sharp Show. Big shout out to Sharp Show.
There was a good discount on them in Sharp Show, I think so.
Was there?
I think so. Unless I was looking at a different one.
I got there nearly at the end of the day because the rest of the day's table was full and I didn't get the stuff.
I think it was the jig bone was more expensive. That's what it was. Because I was looking at the Barlow in the green spalted beach, and it was gorgeous. It was really nice too, but it was about 150.
Yeah, it's a great price for a custom maker that can do them prices. I think it's fantastic. So I would say before Sharp Show next year, I will have another Andy Brock because I just think it's lovely.
Lovely.
Really enjoyed it. Go ahead, Mikey.
I'm sticking with the theme of Sheffield, and I'm going with my Ashley Harrison Sodbuster.
Absolutely stunning.
probably still one of my favourite knives, and by far my favourite sodbuster. And I do have a number of sodbusters. These are absolutely fantastic.
It is lovely.
And yeah, look at that, Justin! As if by magic.
Another one appeared. Look
Marvellous.
at that.
I love these knives. I really do. Like the action on them, the fit and finish on them, the build quality of them. 0-1 tool steel again. Just, I don't know. There's just something about this that just feels great in the hand, and it just talks to me. It really does talk to me.
Talk about fizz. Yeah.
This has given me the fizz ever since I've got this, to be fair.
Yeah, they are beautiful. You have a lovely edge on that too.
I have got an incredible edge on that. I don't know.
Really beautiful edge.
These do get really sharp as well, being like a tool steel. You can get them really, really sharp, but they're just so good. So good.
It hit the wood. The everything about these is just really knocked them out. He really knocked them out of the ballpark.
I mean, I couldn't afford one at the time, so I didn't go for it. And I've been talking myself around by saying, well, I've got enough sodbusters. I don't need another one. It's completely changed. I will be getting one made this year.
It's a special knife. It really is a special knife.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be getting one this year. So there you go.
Yeah.
Justin, back to you.
Already?
It is.
Mikey stole my thunder.
Well, you couldn't. Well, was you going to put that as a high end or a mid price one?
That could have gone either mid or high, but to be honest, a knife that I got this year and that I keep on coming back to, and I think it was just remarkable for the difference it made.
Yeah, I have to say, I just remembered what the knife was.
Yeah. Because this, I mean, I've always been a fan of Jack Wolf knives, but when this one came on sale, and this was one that somebody had polished the bolsters and the end cap, polished the furniture, the screws and everything, because normally it would have been, because that's titanium, it's not even stainless steel, that's all titanium. And I mean, it just transforms this knife. It really does. It turns it in from a modern to a modern traditional.
Yeah, it looks that more traditional. Yeah, it does.
Because I mean, it's a traditional pattern because it's just that small,
very modern traditional pattern. Yeah,
clip, but with all the modern materials, S90V steel,
and it made the wood look better.
It did, because he put a really, really high polish on the rosewood, and it just, because the rosewood in these without it, to go with the sort of brushed titanium, it was kind of lusterless.
Yeah, it didn't do any favors for it. So I mean, that is a huge improvement.
I just can't believe that somebody, because I mean, this is a 250-pound knife.
275
pound knife, but somebody had the absolute balls to take this and go, you know what, I can polish that titanium.
Yeah.
Who thinks that? It's just so I got this for a song, and I have never once regretted it. It is just the little bro jack. It's just one of my favorites. And again, in this particular pattern with these particular materials and this particular treatment of it, I just think is amazing. Yeah. And the thing that impressed me even more was within 3 months, Ben was doing them like this, was getting them done with polished titanium. Well, not even the stainless steel ones, but he's been doing special editions of the polished titanium, where he'd been experimenting with anodizing titanium, which was always a bit tardy.
Yeah,
for me anyway. But he then started looking at the polishing the titanium as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's funny because we've asked that for quite a while, haven't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. But when you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
He's happy now, Mikey. And this is how we keep Stephen happy.
And we do need to keep him happy, don't we?
Oh, we do. We definitely.
Nobody wants an angry Stephen.
Nobody wants
running around the place.
So it's funny because my first two are UK made knives. My next one that I'm going to show you now, my high end one, is a UK made knife. my final one is a UK made knife, and I had a theme in my head. I'm going to use, because I bought a lot of UK based knives this year. That was my goal for the year, and my goal was to get new custom makers. Andy Brock is a UK custom maker. This next one is by Xing, a UK custom maker, and this one was quite pricey. When it came up, I looked at the price. It came up on the my slip joint collectors club, and it was, I think it had been reduced to 260 because there was a tiniest little gap somewhere. Well, it was just where the joins up. I think I've showed you before. And the maker had said it's uneven on one side. And to be honest with you, yes, Xing, you're right. Yeah, it's definitely uneven. If I looked at that, I would know.
With a magnifying glass.
It meets up absolutely perfectly. But it is, if you can see it in here, it is just a little bit uneven on one side. But honestly, the knife doesn't get affected by it at all. It's a cam tang, beautiful closure. I love the bone. He hand jigged this bone and dyed this bone. It's some of the best dyeing and jigging on a bone I have. And the blade was MagnaCut, a little pocket knife in MagnaCut. And I just had to have it. Because I don't need MagnaCut in a pocket knife. 440A is good enough for my day, but to have one hand rub satin finish again, that beautiful drop point that Xing does, it's just a gorgeous drop point. Very similar in shape, as I said at the time, to the Sodbuster.
Yeah.
The case Sodbuster is nearly exactly the same size. It's just a lovely little mini Sodbuster.
Yeah, but that's the thing. To me, it doesn't look like a Sodbuster blade because of the swedge. No, because
the
of
swedge.
the swedge.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Because
right.
the swedge, while it's almost like a false clip.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But and I know what you mean, because the geometry of it is very, very
it
similar
is.
to that.
It's near enough exactly
but
the same.
That swedge transforms it. It makes it.
And unlike other copies, it does have a nice long swoop up to the tip, like the Sodbuster does, the case Sodbuster. But a lovely knife, and I have to say, I don't regret it spending a penny on it. It's
a wonderful knife. I had that knife for a week or two, didn't I?
Yeah,
it's fantastic knife.
But yeah, absolutely love that knife. Love that knife.
Yeah, Tony, we did see Paul's work. I was talking to him at Sharp Show actually, and he was a lovely fella. And I think his knife work has given him an outlet, because I know he was ill for a while, and it was something he turned to as part of his recovery.
And he's been ill again, where he hasn't been able to make much. And I think when he does go back to doing it, we'll check him out again.
Because there was some nice knives. Yeah,
next year at Sharp Show. Go ahead, Mikey.
Right, so this was a toss up between two or three knives, but it's one of my more recent purchases, and it's also a pattern that, although I love, I don't carry much. But this is my George Wolstenholme Stockman.
Wow!
In Buffalo.
Look at the colours on that. Just look at it.
It's like solidified honey.
That's what a great description. Yeah, slightly toasted honey.
Yeah, that's it.
But look at that.
Oh, I know. Come on.
No, is that just pushing it too far?
It's like honeycomb. Honey on honeycomb. That's amazing.
I have polished it somewhat.
Yes.
And the knife. Yeah. But yeah.
Why I've gone blind. My eyes.
This was a new old stock one that I found, and as soon as I laid eyes on it, I knew I was going to be buying a Stockman.
I don't think any knife lover in this earth would turn that down.
No,
I would hope not, because it's really special. It really is special.
And that's the sort of wee one I would have on a plinth.
Yeah. On a plinth.
On a plinth.
This one's got a really good sort of like snap to it as well. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's just, and you just flip it over and you just.
It's the nicest buffalo horn I've ever seen.
It really is.
As if that isn't nice enough, and then you do that, and then you've got that side as well. It's just.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you normally get one side really good and the other side very plain. but you've got both sides and the back spring. I mean, it's just beautiful.
It's a phenomenal knife, and I actually bumped into somebody that knew I had bought this, and they said that you bought that Buffalo Stockman, didn't you? And I said yes, I did, and they said it's a really nice knife, and it's even coined. You know, like the brass liners.
Yeah,
Coined all the way around 360.
very hard to see. Coining's very.
Let me bring it up to eyes. I doubt if you'll be able to see it, Mikey, but
it's so small.
You've got working on the blades as well. But yeah,
amazing. Oh, look at that!
Just beautiful.
It's just this knife is it's caused me to go down another sort of Sheffield rabbit hole, which I didn't really want to go down because I think it's going to get quite expensive. But yeah, that's my high-end pick for the year, really.
And beautiful. And to be honest with you, it wasn't high end.
It wasn't. No, but
it's a high-end knife.
Yeah, it is.
It's a high-end knife, not necessarily an ultra high-end price. I don't want you to give the price away. That's not what I'm asking. But for what you got, that is an absolute bargain.
Oh yeah, I know.
Absolute bargain. Once in a lifetime chance to get something like that.
When I found out the price, it didn't even matter because I knew I had to have the knife.
Yeah.
And
Slippy's putting up. He got a Stockman. He got the T. Ellen. Stockman, and it's beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
Nigel always gets the last word. You've definitely got the horn there. In every conceivable way.
At his age, he's blessed to have it anyway. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I mean, there was another Stockman as well that I could have shown. There was other knives, but just something about that Buffalo, like the feathering in it. The knife is flawless. It is absolutely flawless. It's so well put together.
Yeah, I mean, the knives I've chosen are probably the first three. I mean, I could have gone more expensive on the high end one, but I've chosen, and this is the. Can I leave this next one off because it just sort of goes into it. The thing that I'd put in my head is a little theme that I wanted to show all UK knives, and there's only one part of this that I fell down on, and that is a modern locking knife. And we don't have any made in this country that I know of, or I've never come across one.
I know where there's some, but they're old stock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, it's not even so much old. The ones that have like lockbacks and things like that, there is lockbacks out there, but they go back in time. It's not modern. And the point we were getting was got a modern locking knife was what we had to find. So I didn't have one. Not that I'm absolutely shy at showing this, but this.
Now, Stephen, I mean, just to be clear, I mean, this is one that you haven't shown before, isn't that right?
Maybe not, but it's starting. Look at that. I still am as excited with this knife as I was in the beginning. I don't think there's a day goes past that I don't get it out and just give it a wee push to make sure
it is a good knife. It is a really good knife.
As well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I just absolutely adore this. This is the small 31, and it's in Magna Cut. It's everything I could dream of in a locking knife. There's nothing taking that off its pedestal, nothing, because I wouldn't pay any more than this for one unless I win the lottery, and there's fat chance of that because I don't do it. So
Slippy's comment. Please bring up Slippy's comment. It's brilliant. I know. It's not junk.
Get out of Sheffield alive, you know.
It is not junk. It's very modern, but it is a fantastic knife.
Well, to be honest, I mean, it's 20-year-old. The basic pattern is 20-year-old, over 20-year-old. So it's
that makes it modern. That makes it modern.
It's brought it up to really modern now with, I think, the full scale instead of the 2 half scales they used to have on the front. and a Magna Cut blade, it's just perfection to me, just perfection. And you either love them or you hate them.
I don't know. Can you hate it as a band?
Well, a lot of people don't like them. Absolutely. If you go into, like this was my world, the locking knives, there was more hated them than actually liked them. Now they still sell and they still sell in there. And I think it's about a 2-year waiting list now.
I can understand people preferring a different kind of knife.
No, they just don't like, they hate
the action.
No, it's not even they hate the fact that the pattern hasn't changed. And I think that's the thing, that they keep thinking he's sort of, a bit like Spyderco, change the outside look. But the inside workings of this, the blade, the hollow grind, they were the first really thick titanium slab knives. It just works perfectly. Yeah. And why do you change something that works perfectly? No. Over the ages, that has not become any less or any more of a knife.
It's true.
So to me, perfection. I just think it is everything I ever wanted in a locking knife. So there we go. And there's the nice thing about it for me. It's not that much bigger than a small pocket knife.
That's a small Sebenza.
That's a small
31 or 20?
31.
31.
That's the new. The 21 is the older one.
Small one.
Yeah, you have a small 21 and a large 21, and you have a small 31 and a large 31. They're the replacement. No, they're the replacement for the 21. They're not made anymore. So it's 31 now instead of 21.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So that's mine.
Very nice choice. Did Justin bring a locking knife to show us, or would you like me to show one?
Well, no, because this came as a bit of a surprise to me. Because again, is it Stephen's memory or my memory this time, Mikey?
No, I think we said a locker, a fixed blade as well, didn't we?
Yeah,
I'm remembering it wrong then, so it's my fault this time.
So I am intelligent.
Well, let's
no, I wouldn't go as far as that.
Yeah, that's crazy talk. Come on,
let's not push it. Come on, let's keep this on like planet Earth.
That's like saying I've got a heart and Mikey's got hair. Come on.
Oh, come on. The truth hurts. Well, that hurt. That really hurt. We know that you've got a heart.
Suck it up. Have I got a locker? No, but I do have a modern knife that is probably representative, again, like the Bokers, it's representative of my year collecting. And I love this thing. It's not a locker, but it is very, very modern. It's UK legal, but it is, for me, it's the cream of the crop. Everything about it is just fantastic. This is the Magna Cut UK PK. Came out this year as the UK PK Salt.
And a bit like the Chris Reeve, it's an old knife, but it's just been brought up to absolutely modern specs.
Absolutely.
Beautiful knife.
But again, this is another one that hasn't changed.
No.
And in fact, it's probably as emblematic of, it's probably as much of a Spyderco as you could ever get a Spyderco.
It's funny. This is what I'm carrying today. I'm carrying the opposite, the other blade shape for the UK PK. And honestly, if you like Delicas and you like Callies and things like that, these are so much cheaper. And it doesn't matter if you're UK or not. There's a forward choil in them, and that blade will not close on you. It is an amazing knife. And let me tell you, it'll close just by itself.
Yeah.
I'm feeling left out, boys. I'm feeling left out. Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go. There's another.
There we go.
God, that goes with your T-shirt. I'm never getting that out again.
But here's the thing is I got really lucky with my Spydercos this year because I got UK PK Salt and Magna Cut, and then I got the Manix 2. Is it, Mikey?
I think it was.
Yeah. Yes.
Manix 2.
Yes, the Manix 2 was lovely.
Manix 2 lightweight Salt and Magna Cut as well with black handles, and it's just a phenomenal knife. See, just as a camp knife, I brought a camping with me over the summer. Just for food prep and everything. Yeah. Remember what we said about the Spidey Chef? It's just such a slicer. It's just unbelievable. And then I got the Urban. Bought the Urban off Slippy, which was a really good deal, which sort of completed the UK legal side of things. And I also got a Sage 5. And the Sage 5, the Urban, and the UK PK, I put the Vapor Puffin scales on. just to put my Carta handles, take the FRN off them all.
So you actually bought the wrong knives.
You got it bad, didn't you? You got the spider bug bad. You were bitten.
I did get the spider bug bad, but I got that's the thing. I've got exactly the knives I wanted.
Yeah.
I spent over the odds.
That
Granted.
doesn't matter because you got what you want.
But I got exactly what I wanted. And I have to say, just those micarta handles are just phenomenally tactile and lovely, warm in hand, very, very grippy, and I just love them to bits. So
that is a knife that's underrated throughout the rest of the world because it's a UK PK,
and because
people tend to step away from them.
Yeah.
But my God, it's such a knife.
It's such a slicer, and a Magna cut it. I mean,
it's just
even the Urban in S90V, I'll never blunt that as long as I use it.
Mine's only one I've got in my pocket's S30V, and it takes me years to blunt it.
Yeah, and Slippy, funnily enough, is just for the man who always complains about modern
knives.
What did he do? What did he do, Mikey?
He just went out and bought a brand spanking new Spyderco.
Yeah.
Now it's not the largest Spyderco in the world.
I know, but the Dragonfly 2 is an absolutely amazing knife.
It's a fantastic little Spyderco. It really is.
I think the Dragonfly is an amazing knife until you try UK PK, and once you go big, you'll never go back down again.
Well, that's a very good point, and I would say that the Chaparral is just a step up from the Dragonfly, and it's a lot more comfortable and a lot more effective. But
there's a Spyderco out there for everybody, even traditional knife lovers like Slippy. So
yeah, and I mean Slippy got it in that lovely steel. He got the black blade,
micro melt.
Micro melt. I mean, they come up with some of the best names for steels.
Micro melt steel. It's got the same kind of edge retention as Crewwear. So it's a very different steel, but it's a very good steel.
Yeah,
and he got it in the purple, that sort of dark purple, which is it's beautiful. Purple and black just go so well together. So yeah, it's another great buy. I mean, yeah, I can moan about Spyderco a lot of the time because they just revamping the same product, but then I go and buy a Chris Reeve that's just revamping the same product they've had for 20 years. So
if it works and you like it, what's the problem? I know you're a big fan of Spyderco. I am too. I have to admit.
Well, I am. I've had a load of Spydercos. I tend not to keep a lot, but I've got ones now that I'll not let go of.
I went through a Spyderco phase about a year ago, didn't I?
Yeah.
And yet I've recently bought a Gal Bradley as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wonder where you find that one.
It's a beautiful knife, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stunning knife. Yeah. Stunning.
No, but the boys are saying Tony and Gus were both saying about the Dragonfly would be a lovely one if it was UK
legal.
To be honest, the Urban, Phil, I think fills that niche because it's just a little bit bigger than the Dragonfly, both height and length. But honestly, the one I'm really looking forward to, even though it is eye-wateringly expensive, is the Chaparral Slip It.
Yes.
If anybody wants to have a look at it, Edgar Brothers have got it advertised. It's not available yet, but it's in. Is it in maple? Is it maple or something, or bird's eye maple? It's in.
Yeah. No, it's in the you've got one like it, haven't you? It's not in maple. It's
Raffia Noble.
Raffia Noble. Now this is
that's the Dragonfly.
Yeah, but with a little bit of Dremel work.
Oh, you can legalize it.
You can legalize them. And it's not hard, and they still have a nice close in that on them as well.
Very nice, Mikey.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, we're going to start sending our Spydercos over to you, Mikey.
I like a lock back. Anyhow, so that's my modern knife. For my one.
Would you like to see my modern knife?
Yeah.
No, Mikey, I am warning you right now. You see, if you show the landscape, I am cutting the feed. I am cutting the feed.
No. You see, I listened to what Stephen said, and I picked a lock knife.
All right, that's all right then.
That's all right. Yeah.
If it's the stovepipe, I am cutting the feed. We are not having ugly knives on this.
I promise you, I have not picked an ugly knife, but some some of you who know which one of my favourite brands is might have already guessed that I've picked a buck.
Oh, yeah. I approve this message.
I picked the buck 110 Sport.
Let me blow you up, mate.
It's funny. I nearly picked the buck 112.
So did Slippy. I think Slippy looked at these as well.
Very
But
nice.
110 Sport, so it's lightweight. Same thickness as a standard buck, but it's got the clip on it. It's micarta S30V blade, but the older style blade, not the newer blade. Thumb stud, and it's just an update of a great knife.
Of a classic, really. It really
See,
is.
there's 3 companies we've talked about in a row.
Yeah.
And yet I hate companies redoing that. But when it is good, it's good.
When it's good, yeah. I mean, sometimes you can like go back, change the steel, change a few bits and pieces, and you just make the knife even better.
But even from my point of view, Buck don't always get it right. They brought out the new plastic handled, 110, cheaper version.
Yes,
but they changed the blade shape, and it's not a Buck 110 anymore. To me, it's just a drop point. It just doesn't look like a clip. That's a clip. That just looks gorgeous.
Oh, it's just you've got the thumb stud built in.
Yeah,
you can take the deep carry clip off as well, and it comes with a deep carry as standard. So they really have thought about it.
Yeah, and it's a good clip too.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah.
Obtrusive at all.
No, I got into bucks this year, and it was a good move because I've got some. Although funny enough, and I didn't go for any of their modern steel. I have the Saunter, which is in 154 cm, and then I have the 112 that's in S30V. That's the 2 main ones I got, and that's
the S30V. Even in the standard model, is still quite special.
Yeah,
with the wooden, it's still a nice handle.
Yeah,
and
I got the Sport. I got the one with micarta, black micarta. You see, I only didn't like the Buck 110 because for me it was too big to put in my pocket. The Buck 112, it's not much lighter, but it doesn't take up as much pocket space.
Well, do you have smaller pockets? Because there's not a great deal of difference between the 110 and the 112.
No, but to me, it just feels like it. In hand as well. I always find that too big for my hand. I didn't need the end part of the knife at all.
I think Slippy's going to get one of these in Texas, but I've just made up my 110 that I'm going to be ordering from the Buck Custom Shop, so I can pick that up in Texas.
Very nice.
And that's in Magna Cut.
Very nice. So we're down to the last one.
We are, and it's good timing because we're just back past the hour.
Just past the hour. Well, shall I go first?
Yes.
Right. What I have chosen.
We're saving you till last, Mikey.
Is another British maker, and these are all 3 custom makers and 1 Arthur Wright. I mean, and they're all by different makers, British knives. And the one thing I said at the beginning of the year, I want to get more British knives. I want to find out more British custom knives. And I've done that this year, and I'm really pleased to have. I've really enjoyed this year collecting, and I've enjoyed it probably a lot more because as a wee team, we have enthused each other, we've encouraged each other. I know we take the mickey out of each other, but to me, it has made this year so much more exciting than it normally is. So I got this beautiful. I want to show you the sheath because the sheath is just
to die for, really.
Stunning. It is a beautiful color, absolutely stunning color. And then at the end of it, you see this green linered knife that looks really thick, really bulky. And I've got my little Paddy bead on it. And out comes the most garish knife for me that I've ever had. And by garish, I mean, I'm not an orange person at all. And when this popped out, oh my good gosh, was I so excited, because we were going to buy these knives Ron, this is RC Knives. We were going to buy these, but Mikey bought them for us, and I think it was the most beautiful gift this year. This knife will be a nub if it ever leaves it'll just be a stick, because I adore this, Ron. It is amazing. I can get my big hands around it. I feel comfortable. There's no movement, especially in here. I hate a working knife, like a fixed blade, where you've got the movement in that part of your hand. This has nothing. It just locks there, does not move. There is a little groove in there, so I'm not going to slip up onto the blade easily. It is, as you thought it was slippy. I don't know what it is, because my hands are a bit bigger, but I don't slip on it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that I have no slippage. Like, you couldn't turn that in my hand. It's just, I just love it. The grinds that he puts on, the edge that he puts on the Scandi is disgusting. I mean, it's Mora on steroids. It really is, because one, it lasts a hell of a lot longer than a Mora does, but it is just stunning knives. And we all got one this year. We both got one from Mikey, and Mikey has bought probably 17 of them this year.
No, let's not.
He just got another beautiful gift from Ron. Oh, yeah, he hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to bring it out. He hasn't seen it yet.
No, but he hasn't opened it exactly.
No, but he knows what it is. It's Ron. What you going to send him?
I'm hoping it's a knife.
Yeah, but it's probably an empty box.
Is it knife shaped, Mikey?
It's a box. No, it feels like. I mean, it's got the weight of a bushcraft tool.
Yeah, or a fishing weight.
Possibly.
Yeah, it could be a fishing weight then. You see?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So there you go. There's that knife. I think this is by far the best bushcraft knife I've ever held or used. I adore this. Look at that thick stock, full tang, loud and proud green liners, orange bolster, just gorgeous.
I just think they're the most amazing knives.
They are.
And I mean, it was the best gift ever. It was
Yeah.
the most legendary rant I've ever been on, which we will never forget. But I mean, they're just amazing knives.
Yeah.
They really are. It's a pleasure to own them. And I mean, I think it's a perfect choice for fixed blade. It would have been the one I chose to.
Yeah.
If you hadn't got in there first.
Well, no, he gave me this. I didn't.
No. I mean for tonight.
Oh, right, for today. Yeah, it's just amazing. So, Ron, thank you. Mikey, thank you. That's topped my 5 knives off, and every single one. The sad thing is, I want to find somebody who's doing a modern, even a modern backlock or something.
Yeah.
I've just ordered a Boker backlock.
Backlock, that's right.
Yeah, I ordered it yesterday.
Oh, actually does backlocks.
Does he?
I know
he does. Not often, but he does do them. Yeah.
Oh, I might have to get Ashley to do. I don't know where the might came in there. I will have to get Ashley to do me a lockback.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would definitely be nice. So,
right, before we go on to you, Mikey, because I'm going to go. I was really tempted to go with this again, but I show this flaming
the PSK
every chance I get.
What is that?
But it's just been the best knife this year. It's just the most amazing knife, PSK. But what I wanted to do, it was a knife that reminded me of some hairy moments. I
thought you meant me.
Oh no, you are the hairy moment, but that's the hairless moment.
You've had a couple of hairy moments with my lips.
Well, I don't know if I get lucky. No, but Mikey, brace yourself because it's about to get worse. Because I'm about to bring up some bad memories. I had a couple of bad experiences with Royal Mail this year.
Oh.
One of them was this. Another one was Midnight Crisis and the Academic, about which we will never speak again, which was tragic for any number of reasons. And another one was this. And this is my fixed blade that I brought tonight because because I've got such beautiful fixies like these, I don't get a chance to play with it. And this is the Bradford Guardian. And it's the shape Guardian in Venatus or Venatus,
Vanilla steel. Yeah.
and it is just awesome. It is just now it's a completely different kettle of fish from the RC Scandies, because this is a slicer. I mean, it's a good piece of blade stock,
It's not
but
excessive.
it's a good flat grind, good edge on it, fantastic edge. You can get right up on the trail. It's a small knife. It's probably the same size as the Twisted Assisted Gambler.
Yeah.
And I love knives in this size because it's just a perfect size in my hand. Lovely scout carry on the sheath, so you can tuck it away in the back at the back of your waist. It's a fantastic little knife, and it really hasn't got enough love from me of late, but it is one I was so pleased about.
Yeah, because when we went out this year and you used it, you were just so pleased with it once you used it.
It was just, but
even for doing wood.
Yeah, but it's a different cutter. It's a different. Cut. But I think it was the eye opener about what different grinds can do for you in terms of different tasks. It was the first time that it really opened my eyes to that.
Yeah, because that was a big part of this year, especially, you know, for you to get and try different things that you hadn't tried before.
That's right.
Because I mean, it is all right having the knives, but once you actually put them to use and you realize why there are different grinds, it's a really important part of knife.
I know.
It really is.
And you just tend to carry them without actually doing an awful lot with them, or take them for granted or whatever else. But it's the beauty comparing them and then figuring out what one is best for which. And this is a nice addition to the collection. I have a fairly decent collection of about a dozen fixies now, and I promised my wife that I wouldn't be buying any more fixed blades because she doesn't allow me to have fixed blades in the house. But I snuck this one in.
What about the kitchen? Can't you use them in the kitchen?
This one, and I snuck this one in, I'm slowly but surely sneaking them into the kitchen, Mikey. So you've seen right through me. Fortunately, Jane hasn't seen through me yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion she's just humoring me. But that's my fixed blade. Now mine, that it wasn't expensive, it wasn't custom, it was just a good buy, and I'm very pleased with it. But I suppose we have to end, Mikey, if we're going to end on a high point for fixed blades. You can't disappoint us. Please don't disappoint us.
Well, it's been actually quite a big year for a fixed blades. I got my Buck 124, didn't I? And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, your serial killer knife. That's right.
I had wanted one of those for ages, and I got one, which was brilliant. And then obviously I met Ron, and I got onto like Ron's knives, and I currently, if I include the one I've not opened yet, I think I've got 10 of those knives, which is excessive, you might say.
Well, not if you go and find yourself an island and just land on it.
Yeah, but it's probably just going to be beach with like no trees. But then I went to a Sharp Show with these fine fellas, and I finally found the TRC stand, which I had missed the year before. And I went back several times, and this was my first purchase of the day that came about 1:30 in the afternoon. It's my TRC in Magna Cut.
Oh, look at that!
And it's just like a really big sodbuster, really. That's what it is. Look at that blade shape. It's a big soddy, isn't it? Really.
What's that one called? Is it
the South Pole?
I was going to say Arctic, but yeah, South Pole.
Yeah, this is the TRC South Pole in Magna Cut. I know Midnight Crisis has seen this because he was stood next to me as well on the TRC stands. But this has been my it's quite small, it's quite lightweight, it's really cool blade.
It's a camp knife, and it'll do just a bit of everything.
It's a bit of everything knife, yeah.
But that wasn't the knife that you actually set out to get from TRC, was it?
No, the knife I set out to get was the TRC Apocalypse in the apocalyptic finish.
Beautiful.
And I ended up getting this because Justin picked this up and he went, oh, 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 oh. And I was like, yeah, I know, it's kind of nice.
It had nothing to do with the fact that there were two of the most gorgeous girls behind the table. That had nothing to do with that at all.
I thought if you bought a knife, you got a phone number, but apparently not.
I just remember the way you put down your money as if you were paying for a lap dance. It was the most ridiculous thing.
Please don't say that, because if they see the show, when I go back next year to buy another one, they're probably just going to give me loads of grief.
Oh dear. Hopefully they've got as much of a sense of humor as we do, because
they were very, very attractive and nice young ladies who happily took my money and gave me a knife.
Yeah, but they were really nice as well, because how many times did we go back there, Mikey, before we
11.
Yeah, definitely. So their patience, apart from anything else, was a thing of beauty. But it was
it just, well, as soon as I put that in my hand, I just went, oh yeah, I can see why.
Yeah,
because to me it looks very plain.
But when it sits there,
once you put it in your hand, all plainness goes out the window.
It's just beautiful. It's quite sleek. There's not too much going on that you need to worry about. You know, it just sits in the hand. In the hand, it's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it really is a knife. Oh, it's a knife, and the blade is the belly on that blade.
Oh no! Are you still tempted by the apocalypse though?
Ask me next week, Justin. This is a subject that needs to be revisited again, because I own 2 TRCs. A collection is 5. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's Stephen's collection.
Oh no, that's a rule.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in the book.
It's law. It's law under Keir Starmer. Yeah.
No, enough said. I'm law abiding. 5 is 5. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Actually, there's the thing, Mikey. I must remember to send that book over to you, or I'll leave it to the new year.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to the new year.
No problem.
There you go.
Definitely. Mikey, thank you very much for that. Well, that's
very welcome.
That's our 5 knives of the year so far. Just to point out, Mikey, that Slippy apparently is starving to death. He's waiting for his date outside. So I'd better. But do we have any further knife news that we want to share with you guys?
No, just that I know there's been an awful lot of people asking about the club knife, and I'm sorry. It does take a while to get this sort of thing organized, and the fact that we want to do it properly, we want to have our own stamp on the knife. So you're not just buying an Arthur Wright knife, which is a great buy anyway, but it's going to be personalized. It's not going to have the normal run-of-the-mill stamps on it. It looks like we're going to have our own stamp, and then on the other side, we're going to have the Candelabra stamp.
The Ashley stamp?
Yes.
Excellent.
So, and Michael, I have to say, he is a gentleman to deal with, such a nice man. He's even maybe going to bring out patterns that they don't normally make at the moment, and we're going to get to use them as a club knife. So just stand by. There's an awful lot of background work goes on. I mean, this stamp can't get made until the new year.
Yeah.
Michael hasn't got the time to work out financially what it's going to cost us.
I think what we're talking about is we're talking a minimum lead time of about 3 to 4 months. Yeah. So if that helps you measure your expectations, all of the excitable ones out there,
you can start questioning it in 3 months' time.
Yeah, I think.
Because once we've decided and we get everything set on what we're actually going to have,
it becomes inevitable, really, doesn't
it? It'll happen quite quickly. Michael will get it done quite quickly.
Yeah. But it is going to happen, isn't it?
Absolutely, 100%. We just in the new year we have to pay for the stamp, get it done, and then it'll just be straight into production. Then he even has the green liners. He bought the material this week, so we'll see what that's like, because that's something else that we'll show maybe in the near future.
Cool. So things to look forward to.
Yeah,
very much so. That's really got me fizzing there.
Yeah, and it's hopefully we'll probably get a prototype. Well, I'd like to think we'll get a prototype first. We'll be able to show you that prototype, and it'll be cash up front. And I would say, I'm quite confident in saying this, once the cash is paid for, it goes straight into their pockets.
Yeah.
and then the knife will be in production.
Yeah.
Soon as that day goes, Mikey's going to walk in with the cash, do his pimp routine with the cash to them.
he might get a lap dance.
He's going to take his big furry coat with him and just.
The only
saunter
thing
in
that I
there.
like paying for is knives and coffees.
That's true. Those are good hobbies. Good bad habits.
So yeah, that's the new year. I'm so excited for.
That's happening.
Never
That's
thought
happening.
we'd get anywhere near this. We didn't set out with that in mind.
I don't know, but it's been a fantastic development.
It has.
Something that's been fun.
It's something I'm really looking forward to. So there
Well,
you go, folks.
it seems to be getting up a head of steam there. So we are
Good, yeah, good. I'm glad because there is no limit to how many we're going to order. The
7.
first order.
Apparently, it's just 7, and they're all going to like Blade in Wales.
We're just ordering. Whoever wants one, we'll order that amount. That's as simple as that. Whoever wants one pays for it up front. There's no credit other than a quick warning to stay away. I'm going to hit you with my fist. So don't ask for credit. In other words,
I think the thing is, as a refusal often offends. But
yeah, that's it. No,
punch you in the face with a fist is a variation.
Or as we say over here, a big TD up the gub.
A big TD.
A big TD
Mikey,
up the gub.
Any final words before we go?
No, I think I'm done for tonight. I've got to go and meet Slippy now and like feed him and buy him coffee and stuff.
Right.
He's had a long old drive, bless him.
Oh,
and that's terrible. A day off work and he had to drive, and then he's going to socialise.
No, I think he worked.
Day off work.
That'll take.
I think he worked. He like worked first, and then he drove all the way up here. But he's also got a box of knives for me.
16 if I was counting right, Mikey. Right, guys.
Dude,
thank you all for joining us. We've
Yes.
had up to 44 in the chat.
Fantastic.
I mean,
Thank you
way
very
too
much.
many to mention, but the usual suspects plus some others. So you're very welcome, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you all again next week. Hopefully.
Next Thursday, yeah, and we'll do our favourite British buys of the year.
Oh, British buys.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Cool.
That'll
And
be
we'll see
awesome. That'll be awesome.
Adios, muchachos.
Take care. Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thanks very much.
And we're out.